we don't notice our growth because of the incremental necessity of our work. But in fact, when you look back to the beginning of DCI, and these guys getting together and we'll entertain, there weren't 5 standing ovations. The back stands were empty, and you saw the virtual Civil War encampment of tents and ambulances in the end zone.
Michael, when you and I talked just before the holidays about your role as artistic director for Drum Corps International, you told me that you were going to be part cheerleader, part bully. We've kind of seen that on display here. You've had some tough words for the instructors and the judges.
It's important that we get what we always say behind our backs right out in front. And the fact that it's a fraternal organization, we all really like what each other does. It's time to recognize the stuff that's great and get the other stuff out of the way. And the only way you can do that is to say the truth.
The 2 groups that we spoke about were the judge liaisons and the Rules and Systems Task Force. The liaisons were all in place. You were still picking out the members for the task force. Is that all done, or are they beginning their work?
It's all done. They've already started their work, and it's amazing what they've done. Together almost 2 months now. And what's incredible is that we've got 3 visual people and 3 music people, and they are knocking themselves out, taking a look at what we can do to freshen up the judging, make it understandable, looking at possibility of some new rules and some new changes so that it's clear to everyone, including our audience, as to why, who won.
Andy Cook is one of the new judge liaisons for Drum Corps International. You've been in the sessions with Michael Cesario.
Yep.
He's been kind of tough on everybody.
Yeah, he has. He's obviously talking about getting the audience, more involved again, getting them back into the stadiums to enjoy the shows again. So, and it's a good directive.
Everybody who loves Drum Corps has that moment, that show, that thing that sold them on the activity and made them fall in love with it and stay with it for years. Michael brought that up in there, talked a little bit about the past and about the classic Drum Corps shows we all fell in love with. What do you think was his point in doing that?
Well, I think each corps kind of has their identity or tradition, and I think he kind of wants that to kind of be brought back, but in kind of a modern way. To say, oh yeah, Madison, I remember that when they did that, and they're kind of doing it again, but in a fresh way.
Matt Harloff, we've talked to some judges and others that are on the Rules System Task Force and the Judge Liaison Committee about their reaction to what they're hearing in this room, but we haven't talked to an instructor yet. From your perspective, what do you think about what Michael's been saying?
I think it's exciting, and honestly, I'm honored to be a part of something like this. And last night we talked a lot about Drum Corps history and where we were and what we're doing, and right now it's like we're a part of something that is going to make a big difference for the future. And we all grew up, and in this room we all grew up loving Drum Corps and learning Drum Corps, and it's made us who we are. And to be a part of something like this, a small part of it, it's really exciting to be to have a role in this process.
So how will all of this, the Rules and Systems Task Force, the judge liaisons, the discussion about changing the judging sheets, all of this emphasis on entertainment and on reaching the audience, how will all of this play itself out in 2011, 2012 and beyond? It's too early to say, but I guarantee you one thing, Michael Cesario has gotten folks talking, and it's happening right here in this lobby right now. Those talks will lead to actions, and we will see where things stand this season.